Well, good morning, everyone. How's everyone going? Everyone excited, awake now after that big explosion there that we had? This is probably the fourth one that I've seen, and I always have to stand over there in the corner because it's very, very loud. Maybe we can just take those lights down to the back, so now that the audience is fully awake, we can probably bring those lights down. Okay, so my name's Justin Boyd. I'm responsible for our service solution business across APJ. Service solutions is obviously all of the fantastic new hardware that we're bringing to market, as well as some of the very exciting software products that we're bringing to market as well. And I'll touch on a couple of those, and we've got some great demonstrations of those products and those solutions out in the foyer area outside here. I've been with Dell for 13 years now. I was just chatting with a couple of my colleagues there. I've seen the introduction of our first generation of servers, so very exciting time for me to be involved with our 12th generation of servers. By far, we now have the best product and solution portfolio in our history, so very exciting times for us. What I'm going to spend probably the next 20 minutes on is just taking you over some of the design concepts, some of the feedback that we got from our customers around what they wanted to see, and then I'll follow up with some more details around our 12th generation server products. But maybe if I just ask a quick question, who in the audience is a Dell server or storage user? Show of hands? Okay, fantastic. So probably got maybe about 40% of the audience. So I might ask that question once I finish to see who's going to be interested in looking at our next generation server solutions. Okay, if we can just flick this screen here as well, please. So really three key pillars around our design technology for not only our server portfolio, but really everything that we bring to market. Some of the key aspects that our customers keep on telling us is, bring us solutions that are practical, bring us solutions that are very easy to use, very easy to manage on a day-to-day basis. And easy doesn't mean, less features. Just, reduce the complexity around all of the products and solutions that we bring to market. And the third one, and, hopefully this is not new for you, is give us solutions and products that are open, flexible. Don't lock us into a particular technology set. So this is true for all of our products. It's also true for all the acquisitions that we're making as well. If you look at what we've done with Equal Logic, with Compellent, some of the compelling reasons why we looked at those organisations, not only for the great product sets, but they had all these key statements around their business that they're doing and their products that they're actually doing as well. So very, very critical for us. Here are a couple of, over the next couple of slides, I'll just point out a couple of key pieces of feedback that we got from customers. Virtualization, so that's obviously a very hot topic in the market, and I honestly believe, virtualization is the cornerstone in helping customers get to a cloud. So cloud, whether it be private, public, or a hybrid type of model. So, customers wanted systems that were designed to accelerate their adoption of virtualization technology. We also got quite a few requests from organisations like Salesforce.com, etc., that wanted to get a lot more performance from a database perspective out of their servers. And I'll talk through how we've actually achieved that, but with our 12th generation of servers, we can now, for the technical people in the audience, do around 1.5 million IOPS per second inside a server, which is 3 times what our competition can actually do. Another area, especially for a lot of our HPC customers that are looking at VDI types of solutions, is give us a server product that we can actually put graphical processing cards inside a server. So with our 12th generation of servers, we can now fully support GPU cards inside those products. What that means is, in a single server, we can now achieve similar performance from a top 50 supercomputer from a couple of years ago. So awesome scalability if you're looking at HPCC or virtual desktop type of solutions for your organisation. Time to value. So this really talks about giving you the tools and solutions so you can very quickly get your products, your offerings, services into market as soon as possible. So again, another key design criteria around making sure that we had technology that could easily deploy new systems into the market. So that talks to our AIM product, which we have a demonstration of, which allows customers to quickly migrate or deploy new servers. 10 gig Ethernet is basically becoming the norm now. So as you heard before, we've now got the ability to have our customers select what type of networking infrastructure they want embedded onto their motherboard of our servers. So you no longer have to take up a valuable PCI slot by putting in your own network card. We can actually integrate it into the motherboard of the system. And the last area there is around systems management. For the last 3 or 4 generations of server products that we've announced, systems management has been a key focus for us. And I'll talk through some of the details and enhancements that we're making with our 12th generation of servers. Virtualization system that will support up to 100 VMs. We'll build that, and we basically deliver the rack pre-configured, ready to go on your doorstep. So all that you need to do is to basically plug it in. We've had customers having this product up and running in under 45 minutes. So if you've ever done a virtualization deployment before in the past, it takes a lot longer than 45 minutes. So a great opportunity there. The other area that we focused in on is, a lot of our customers saying, help us get off risk. Help us get off Unix, help us move to x86. The performance that we are now getting out of our 12th generation of servers, and we'll start to share some of the benchmarks that we're getting, but it is awesome. If you're been unsure about x86 being able to perform in some of these RISC types of environments, definitely worth having a look at our 12th generation server products. Param Cooling, again, another very hot topic in the market, and I'll go through in some more detail around some of the key innovations that we've made to help our customers reduce some of their power requirements in the data center. This is what the portfolio looks like. So in red is Wave 1. So Wave 1 is what we are shipping today and what we've been shipping for the last week. So we've got a new tower product, we've got a new blade product, and a couple of new rack products. Throughout the next couple of months, you'll see even more additional servers come to market as the different chip vendors release their new processors. As a bit of a sneak peek, there's a couple of products that are not up here, but I'll give you a bit of a preview of what we're doing. In the blade front, we've been very focused in around our blade technology and our blade products for the last 3 or 4 years. I honestly believe we have the best blade product in the market. What you'll see from Dell over the next couple of months is the introduction of a quarter height blade. So we'll be the first vendor in the market that will have the ability of putting up to 32 single servers inside of our current M1000E chassis. So what that means for our customers is, if you're currently using our blade technology today and you have our chassis, you can put one of these new blade products in. So very exciting on the blade front. There's also a new product that we've introduced, which is the R720XD. And basically, this is a rack mount server with a lot of disk inside. So we can now support up to 24 2.5-inch drives inside of a rack server. So again, that was direct feedback from customers where some of our customers needed a rack server, but they needed a lot of internal storage. So we now have that option as well. Some of the things that just blow me away around the technology that has been developed in these products. Probably the first one is we can now scale up to 768 gigs of memory inside of a single server. So that's in all of our Wave 1 products. One of my first jobs in IT about 20 odd years ago was to actually upgrade portables from 128K to 256K. So to have a server now that is capable of 760 gigs, that's pretty impressive. And hopefully you're aware, with 768 gig, that gives you a lot of ability and a lot of growth potential, especially in a virtualization environment. Some of the stats and some of the performance that we've done on initial testing is we can increase virtualization by about 300% based on our new I/O subsystem, based on memory scalability, and also based on Intel's new E5 processor chipset. Solid-state drive technology. So again, this is a first for us. We're putting this in our 12th generation of servers. Basically what this is going to allow our customers to do is to get access to data a lot faster. So we're seeing performance increases anywhere from about 300 to 500% over a typical brown spinning disk that we have today. So again, a very exciting feature and definitely worth having a look at. Graphical processing unit, so I talked about this. So this is available and supported in all of our 12th generation server products. So in our tower products, we can support 4 of those, and in our 2U rack product, we can support 2 of those inside the server itself. Management, again, a critical piece for us. One of the key pieces of feedback that we got around systems management with 12G is a lot of customers wanted agent-free driver support for their server. So with our new servers, you no longer need to have a driver loaded to get our full management functionality. We've embedded all of that into the system board of the server. So again, reducing potential processor cycles that may be used by having an agent actually loaded. The other good thing about not having an agent is we don't need to worry about the operating system or hypervisor anymore because it's all done at a hardware level. Anyone here using Idrac for systems management? Okay, fantastic. Quite a few. So we've had our DRAC solutions around for quite a while. So they're our out-of-band management tool. So with this, we're also going to introduce Idrac 7, and we're also going to introduce some pretty cool new features around the serviceability of our servers. So what we can now do is, if you have a failed component inside your server, say it's a failed network card, you can replace that, or pull it out, replace it. With the embedded lifecycle controller that we've got, it will detect that replacement and flash the BIOS or firmware to what the previous card was. So again, just reducing a lot of the complexity around the day-to-day management tasks of our server products. Param Cooling, we took a lot of the technology that we developed with blades probably about 4 or 5 years ago, and we've started to integrate them into all of our servers. You now have the ability to power cap rack mount servers. So you can either power cap a single server or a whole rack of servers. So, we've seen some pretty big improvements on reduction of power that's actually needed, and in turn that's obviously going to reduce the amount of cooling that's actually needed as well. So a great feature, and I encourage you to go out and have a look and see how this can potentially work in your particular environment. So on the power front, with all of our 12th generation of servers, we've got this capability which we're calling Fresh Air. Basically what Fresh Air is, it allows our server products to run up to 45 degrees C. So what that means is you can start to raise the temperature inside your data center so you're not using as much power to actually cool it. So this is a unique feature in the market. I think the industry average at the moment is around about 33 to 34 degrees max. So we can now go for basically a month. So these servers will fully support a month of runtime 24/7 at 45 degrees. So a unique feature. You'll see us introduce this into all the products that we bring out to market. We've already got these features in some of our networking components, some of our storage components, and even in some of our 11th generation of products as well. This was not just as simple just to spin up the fans so they performed a little bit higher. We did a lot of work, or the R&D team did a lot of work around the components that were actually sitting inside the server. So we actually changed material types, and we did a lot of work around airflow, so moving components around inside the system so they could sustain up to 45 degrees C. So a great product portfolio coming up that we've launched today. So whether or not you're looking at large-scale database types of environments, or if you're looking at virtualization types of technology, there's definitely a product here that fits in all those types of criteria. I encourage you to go and have a look at these products, touch, feel them, see how they work, see how they've been designed, and then get in contact with your Dell people to get a demonstration around some of the things like I've talked around, so systems management, vStart, and some of the other solutions that I've talked about as well. So rather than have me do all the talking, what we thought we'd do is actually get a customer to come up and give you a bit of a view on what he thought of our 12th generation server products. So as was mentioned before, we've had roughly about 8,000 interactions over the last couple of years as the development of this product has gone about. We've had around 850 beta systems out in the market that customers have been testing. So what I'd like to do is introduce UTS to UST to the stage and give us a bit of a view on what they saw, what they did with some of their beta testing units that they had in the market. So if I can welcome you to the stage. The comment that you see up on the screen was actually from this organisation, so fantastic to have you here. Thank you very much.